Hello, everyone. Welcome to my podcast. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Jasmine, and welcome to Overt Archives, the podcast for 20-somethings. Please, I really hope that you're watching on Halloween because I'm not dressed like this normally. I promise. Obviously, it's Halloween because we post every single Tuesday on every single See You Next Tuesday. Sorry, I'm like readjusting. But yeah, my whole theme, I've been really obsessed lately with like Princess Diaries and like those early 2000s, 90s, early 2000s movies. Very, very girly. Been on this whole girly gang thing. Let me know if you're into that vibe because it's just very nostalgic. I'm obsessed. But yeah, so for Halloween, I decided why not be Mia Thermopolis, Princess of Genovia / Queen. And yeah, my neighbors from the other complex are definitely look at me being like, Jasmine, you look absolutely insane. But I don't care. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. Why not just have a little fun? So I actually got all of my pieces thrifted, except for like up here. Up here, I have earrings from Nordstrom, tiara, Amazon. And yeah, but the dress is actually like a corset, which I got from a thrift shop called Crossroads. It's actually a secondhand store called Crossroads. If you know, you know. It's fabulous there. And then this is actually another dress from Princess Polly that I thrifted as well. Anyways, we have so much to talk about. I'm so happy that you guys are here and we can have this lovely little chat with each other. Get cozy, get your cocktail, get whatever you need because it's going to be a good one. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a warning here. I was actually supposed to have another lovely guest who was in the cutest outfit, but she's not going to be here today, sadly, but the show must go on. And that is also why I film by myself because the show must go on. And, you know, sometimes, you know, we can't be on everybody else's time. Anyways, we have so much to go through in today's Halloween episode. Kind of being fitting, like when you go to a scary movie or an action movie, you get a lot of anxiety. So in today's episode, we're kind of going to be focusing a little bit more on anxiety and male icks. So and also I have a couple things, whatever, but male icks for sure. I've been seeing a lot of what is your male ick, female ick, blah, blah, blah. So if you guys have any male icks, I know it's a lot more women than men on this podcast. So if you guys have any male icks, let me know. If you're on YouTube, let me know in the comments. If you are on any of our podcast platforms, be sure to head over to Overt Archives on Instagram or TikTok, and you can go ahead and leave us a comment there of like your favorite icks on one of our more recent posts. So without further ado, let's get into the Halloween edition intro, which I'm like, yeah, it's not that special, honestly. But let's get into the intro. That gave me the chills. I was a little scared with that one. Rawr. Anyways, so yeah, let's just get into a little bit of our weekly update first before we get started. So this past week, I've been kind of busy. So obviously when you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, it's obviously the future. So yeah, I've been super busy with this podcast and really putting a lot of my effort and focus and discipline into creating, upgrading, and making this podcast what it is. And it's been so much fun seeing how it's been evolving, all of the content that I've been creating and kind of what it's been evolving to. Like it's so unique and it's so different than other podcasts, I feel like, that are like the self-help, journal, personal lifestyle. Like those are really cool, but I feel like mine is more of just a girl chat. Like I'm just hanging with my girls and like, you know, like feeling it, whatever. But yeah, I've just been doing this, creating the content, doing some strategies for the content, all that good stuff. And it's been awesome. I love talking to the microphone. I love communicating with you guys. I love seeing the community talk to each other in the comments. If you're on YouTube, like I see everything. I like everything. And it's just been really fun. Like I love it. I love this little community that I'm starting to create and that's evolving beyond me. What else have I been doing this week though? Oh, lots of events. So the previous week, I think I went to a camber hike. a Camber app hike hosted by Maddie. That was so much fun. I met so many amazing people who were in marketing, who were the leads on like loyalty programs for HBO, which was really cool. People who worked with HBO, people who worked with Urban Decay, and like all these different avenues of life. And it was so interesting to meet people who, you know, were my age and going through totally different walks of life than me. Like it's very interesting to see that. It was just nice also to go on a hike and walk and like get some steps in. Granted, the whole next week my butt was hurting so bad from that incline, honey, but it was totally fine. Like, you know, we need to work out sometimes. Like, I need to start working out more. I was doing ClassPass. If you guys don't know, I'm not going to give them too much. I'm going to bleep them out, hopefully. But with that app, I was using them a lot until I started noticing that they were like raising their prices and credits on everything. So like before it would be 3 credits for a class, 4 credits for a class. Now it's like 10. God, I was like, yo, what? I might as well just get a membership. And I think that's what they're trying to do, but it's like, no, I use your app so that I could do different things, not just stick to one, because I get bored really quick. And then if I get bored, I stop. If I stop, I just start gaining weight because I love to eat food. Like, it's just a very bad cycle. Also, I have my normal lip liner on, but I kind of overlined to make my lips look extra juicy, and I feel like my lips look like a freaking butthole right now. I'm not into it. It's looking kind of dirty, gross, nasty. I'm not vibing with it. Like, just stop it right now. Don't even say anything, because I'm already hearing it in my head. Like, stop. Okay? I love you. Stop. Oh, I went to another event. This one was really fun. So if you guys don't follow already, they're called the Forward Female. And they're a group of girls who pretty much work with entrepreneurs. They had a networking event, and I went to that event kind of late a little bit. Like, honestly, I was pretty late. I was like an hour late. But it was so much fun. I had an incredible time. What did I do? I hung out with a bunch of new girls. I tried to mingle. And the thing with me, it's like, if somebody doesn't talk to me, I will not talk to them. Like, I will just kind of pretend they don't exist. But it's like, it's not to be mean. It's literally because I don't know if they want to be talked to. And granted, duh, they want to be talked to. Like, you're at a networking event to social and mingle. Like, duh, Jasmine. But yeah, there were a couple of people I didn't talk to. I hope if anybody's watching, like, granted they're probably not, but like, if anybody's watching, I want them to know, like, I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. It was just, you know, I was nervous. Okay, whatever. I was nervous. So a few people came up to me and we had some really great conversations. I met really amazing leaders and CEOs and people who are in corporate fields and getting out of corporate fields. And it was just so surreal to see a group of women and men that were there to, you know, support each other and kind of figure out how they can collaborate and intertwine within each other. I don't know. I thought it was pretty freaking cool. Kudos to the Forward Female. They did a really great job at bringing people together, and it was at a really cool space. So that was a lot of fun, but that's besides the point. So I actually met somebody through a workshop that they did the day before. So I was actually going there to meet her. And so we talked, we chatted, it was great. Then like literally the whole place, we were talking till they shut down. Like, wow. And that's how you know that it was a really good conversation, because they literally had to kick us out because they were closing. And so after they kicked us out, we met up with like another group of people that she was previously talking to. And it was great. Like, I ended up talking to the group and I just instantly clicked with one girl, and I was just like, oh my gosh, did I find my new friends? Like, I was so excited. You know, when you like start talking to somebody and you're like, fuck, like, I vibe with this person so heavy. I was doing that with the entire group. Like, every single person was, one, so nice, two, so real and raw and like just genuine, and everybody liked my outfit. I was wearing the super cute I'll actually put a video over here of like the girl group that I met. They were so sweet. Hi to everybody if you're watching. Hi, I love you guys. Like, you guys are my new besties. So yeah, I can't wait to go get dinner with you guys soon. But yeah, it was just so much fun. It was a lot of talking, chatting, being real, and I needed that. You know, I feel like sometimes I don't get that raw, real side from an external standpoint and a different perspective looking in. So it was really nice to meet these girls. It was really nice to go to this event, and I can't wait to go to more. So be sure to follow if you guys are into like, networking or mingling and socializing, let me know, and maybe we could do something like that, because I loved how so many different people were willing and open and took that time to meet people. And that took a lot for me to socialize like that. So I want to do it again. That was so much fun. Like, I'd be so down. But that's kind of what I've been doing. The bulk of the week was really just like focusing on the podcast. So, I got some new lighting. I got an extra phone so that I can record for different clips and stuff like that. So, it's a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, I'm just trying to make these clips better and better every single time, and learning from, different people and trying to figure out my style. All right. So now that we have, so I've been kind of wanting to do this whole thing about, like, when I talk about my week, I wanted to kind of go into anything that I learned about myself or others during that week. And I definitely learned something about myself, which was how nervous I get around people. Like, when somebody talks to me, or when I'm just, alone. Obviously, I'm talking just to a camera currently, but, ultimately I'm talking to a whole community. But right now, in the moment, I'm talking to a camera and a phone. And it's much easier because there's nobody on the other side, kind of debating with you or whatever, what have you. But I realized that in actual social settings, I used to be really good. But it was after COVID and like me being very antisocial and like not really seeing people, not calling, not keeping up with them and stuff. Like, I've noticed that it's really harbored me to be more introverted, really going out, not really socializing. So, i.e. that event that I went to, and even the Camber hiking event that I went to, I really had to push myself to go, because on both occasions I was like, I don't really need to go. And then as soon as I come home, I'm like, that was the best time of my life. I cannot believe I did that, and I'm so excited to do it again. Like, it's fun, whatever. It's fun, whatever. I had a good time. And yeah, so I just learned that I can do difficult things that make me uncomfortable, because the outcome is always good. Like, 99% of the time, the outcome is always better than you never knowing. Now we're going to get on to Male Icks. So we're going to get into Male Icks right now. There's a lot of icks that I have, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but like, this is just from my experience, okay? Like, this is from the guys that I've been dating or have dated in my past life. These are just things that like kind of me, like, and I want you guys to let me know if you have any. Add on to my list. I have a literal running list here. You guys probably can't see, but I do have a running list, and I do add on as I do see. So let's just get right into it. First one, men who eat raw meat. Okay, backstory. So I matched with this guy on Bumble. This is why I don't have Bumble anymore, because I'm scared. Like, guys, we're all scared. Like, this is just crazy to me. So there was a guy, and I thought he was really cute. He was like toned. He like went to the gym. He had this really cool style. He was kind of nerdy, had glasses on and stuff. And his name was like very unique and different. Let's call him Chad. So Chad, he looked really great on his Bumble profile. He seemed very like simple, right? Like a normal guy, a normal cool guy that like dresses really well. There's a photo of him, and he has his muscles and his tight dress shirt, and like, he just looked the part, right? And his name was so unique. Like, so I looked up Chad on Instagram, and I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna find him, because we gotta put on our investigative goggles. Honey, I swear. Okay, stop. I want you guys to know that I am the investigative queen. I will find anything, and I will do whatever it takes to find it. Okay, so let me know if you need help, because I got you. I can find anybody on Instagram. Well, not anybody, but like most of the time I can find things. Like, for my girls, whenever they're like, Jazzy, like, I need to know the background on this guy, I do a background check. Not like literal background check, like government style, but I do like Instagram background check, or like a Facebook background check. Like, literally, I go there, because you never know. And this is why I go there. This is literally why I go there. Story time, literally. This is why I go there. I matched with this guy. Well, we already went through the story, whatever. So anyways, I go to the Instagram, and I'm like, okay, going to the gym a lot. Okay, going to a lot. Okay, he's into Loom. He's having a freaking ball. He's got the money for it. That's cute, whatever. As I start scrolling down slightly more, I start seeing like he's starting to look kind of like a caveman a little bit. I'm like, okay, like he's probably going through something, like whatever. I don't know also why guys think like when they look extremely shaggy, that's like hot. Like, no, it's not hot. You look like a caveman. Stop it right now. We're not doing this, Chad. Stop. And I continued to scroll down and I was like, oh, I saw him with another one of his friends and they were eating like this pink thing and it was like white on the inside. And I was like, oh, that looks like a cool little like funky tree. It looked like a brain, but it was like a fondant brain. To me, it looked like a fondant brain, like a fake one. You know how they do those, like, is it real or is it cake? So it looked like a cake brain because the inside looked like fondant. As I scroll down more, I start noticing plates of meats, like different types of meats. And then I click on a video. You guys, stop. Chad is stop. Chad is literally eating a piece of liver. I don't know from what animal or what human, like, I don't know. But he's eating real liver, guys. I'm dead. Okay, so if you guys don't know about like Liver King and stuff like look it up. I'm not going into it because I don't care, because it's gross to me and that's like not the vibe. Chad, you're gone. Goodbye. Like, I could not even. Oh my God. I was so nervous and I sent it to my girlfriends and I was like, you guys, I can literally never go on Bumble ever again. I cannot trust a man ever again because literally look at what I found. He was so normal on his Bumble page, but literally when you go to his Instagram, he's a totally different person. He's literally a carnivore. Raw liver. He was eating those brains. The fondant ones? No, those were real brains, bitch. Those were real as a motherfucker. I was so scared. Everybody was scared. Okay, we got a little stopped there. I literally had no storage. But also, it's my fault because I literally was putting in a 32 gigabytes. If you know, you know. Whatever, shut up. Anyways, we were talking about Icks. So yeah, that man was tragedy and he scared me. And I don't trust men on Bumble anymore. Like, that was bad. I was like, liver... there was liver, there was brain, like it was gross. So tragic. Next one is men who squiggle their feet in the water to float. So when they kind of go like that, I think that's so icky. Like, be a man. Stop, just drown, okay? Like, I just think of it, picture it, okay? We're in a pool, clear blue water. You're in the pool and you look to your left and you just see your man just kind of, hey guys. But he's like squiggling his feet. Like, I can't. That is just a no for me. It's not as bad as the meat. I feel like the raw meat one was like the main ick. That's more of a red flag than an ick though, honestly. And then men accidentally walking into glass. Okay, so this actually happened to me on a date. And I obviously didn't go on another date with this guy. But we were going to a restaurant and I don't know what got into him, but he was trying to open the door and he like kind of raced a little bit. He wasn't like running, but he kind of walked a little bit ahead of me to open the door, which, you know, was a very cute gesture. But he ended up walking into the wall and the door was like on the opposite side because it wouldn't open. And he walked right into it. Like, or especially when like guys try and open doors and it doesn't open, like if you try and open it this way and it doesn't go that way, it only goes the other way and they're just like yanking on it. That's another ick. I think that's so funny. Sandals, just sandals in general, socks with sandals, no socks with sandals, just open toes for men. Like, I don't like feet. I'm not into that. So please wear shoes 24/7. Nail beds the size of an ant. Stop biting. Okay, so there's two different ones. So I actually bite my nails. That's why I used to. But ever since I've gotten like Gel X, my nails have grown out and I like don't even like bite them or anything. I think it's kind of gross. But like I see men sometimes, they like bite their nails all the way down to like their skin. And sometimes they even like bite the skin and they just keep going in it like, ugh, like that I think is so gross. And dude, stop doing that. Like, or they bite it and you hear like the snap of the bite and they spit it out and you just hear the oh my gosh, it's so disgusting. Ick, yuck. What's another one? Sneezing a little bit too hard and the snot comes out. I mean, that's an ick for girls too, for sure. But like if you're in your car and your windows aren't tinted or something and like somebody's looking at you, of course you have to sneeze. Like, so you go to sneeze and you're like, all right, it's gonna be a fine sneeze, like it's fine. But you sneeze and you're like, fuck, there's gonna be snot in this one. and you feel it running down. That's an ick for men and women though, but like men doing it, I just think that's a little bit more funny. And the last one I have on this list right now is tripping over nothing on the ground. So like, you're just walking next to your guy and all of a sudden he just kind of like skirts a little bit, and that is hilarious because like maybe he has his hands in his pants and all of a sudden he's like whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, tripping on air. I actually do that a lot though, but I feel like it's cute for me because I'm clumsy. But if you're not clumsy and you're trying to be macho and you have your hands in your pants, in your pockets, not your pants, sorry, I said the wrong word. But if you have your hands in your pockets, is my tiara coming off, guys? I hope not, because I'm a princess. Anyways, that was the last one. I don't want to get too deep into it, but those were my male icks. If you guys have any additions to these male icks, let's have a chat. If you're on my YouTube channel, be sure to, let me know, or you can let us know on our Instagram pages over archives. Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about my favorite thing here, which is Over It Archives, the Over It segment. So since I don't have my guest star today, it's just gonna be little old me. So what am I over today? So the big thing is I am over this heat. I think I've said this time and time again, but honestly, guys, I am a cold weather girly. That is my thing. I love the cold weather. I always have. I love a gloomy day. Obviously, I don't like gloomy days all year round, but I do love like a few months of gloomy days, like maybe 3-4 months of gloomy days. Like, give me that and I'm a happy girl. I love rain, I love cold air, and fight me on that, because like it's just too hot here where I live, especially. It's like 115 degrees. I can't get cold in my apartment with my AC blasting at 65 degrees. You guys, I can't do this. Thank you. Another thing that I'm over right now is feeling like I need to do more like social stuff. Now, I only say this because I'm kind of looking more so back on like summertime. I don't really do much in the summer, and like, I've talked about this plenty of times before, and like the art of comparison video, if you guys haven't seen that, it's a really good one. I kind of get a little deep into that one, but definitely feeling like I didn't do enough of something, and like that FOMO vibe I'm not into. And yeah, like I'm over that. I'm over feeling like that, because there's nothing wrong with me staying where I am living currently. There's nothing wrong with me staying at home and watching a movie, or taking myself out to the movies, or, just being over here. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't need to spend a ton of money to go on a flight to feel like I've done enough. And if you are feeling this way, you're doing just enough being at home, having your little snack, cooking your little meals, or doing whatever, or just not even doing anything. Like, you're doing enough. So I hope that you don't feel stressed out or feel like you gotta compete with these people who are, going on all these luxurious vacations and, living these beautiful lives. Because it's like, that's only a little tiny bit of their lives. We don't know what they're doing or how they even got to do those things. Maybe they're, gonna be working for the next 5 years, no time off, or, like, you never know the whole story. So anyways, that's what I've been over, keeping it really short and sweet, because we have one more topic before we go to our close. Now we're getting finally to the nitty gritty, what we're here to talk about, which is our topic of anxiety. So I actually have anxiety. My co-host, I'm so sorry, I'm about to put you on blast, girl. I love you, but she has pretty severe anxiety. She's pretty anxious about like almost everything. Just kidding. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, she has a lot of anxiety. So I wanted, and I feel like, everybody kind of has their own version of anxiety. Some is more intense than others. I definitely have anxiety. I get anxiety more so when it's like really stressful things that I need to go through, or when something I do wrong happens and like I have to try and figure out how to fix it, or if I go to the movies and I see something either scary, or I see something that has a lot of action, or like a documentary where it's like I already know the outcome, but I'm scared of how they're gonna get there. It's like that getting there is making me anxious. So yeah, anxiety, let's get into it. So that's that's literally my version of anxiety. I feel like, everybody's version is a little bit different. and there's different ways, to cope with it. With my version of anxiety, I have been able to kind of cope with it a lot better, pretty much based off of, I'll talk about it too, but based off of my Calling in the One book by Catherine. I forget her last name, but it's Catherine. And she's really been able to help me kind of unravel my trauma and kind of figure out different parts in my life and of my childhood that have caused like certain trauma bonds to happen, where it's like I do get anxiety about XYZ, or I feel like I'm not worthy because XYZ. Like there's so many different things. And so, yeah, that book has really helped me kind of cope with my anxiety. Talking about some of the best ways to cope with it and maybe some reasons why I'm like this. So I kind of talked a little bit about my I didn't really talk to you guys about my childhood, but definitely that book has helped me. So I'm going to kind of get actually a little bit into this book really quick. So I'm on week 3 right now. And this week has been really more so about kind of switching my belief of myself and getting out of that habit of saying I'm this, I'm that, I'm the other, and being more of like a negative Nancy, and changing my philosophy and being like, no, actually, I'm good at this. I'm actually incredible. I'm actually smart. I'm actually da-da-da. And this is why. And da-da-da. And kind of like being my own little hype woman, my own hype woman. So that's been incredible. It's really been helping uplift me and make me kind of shift the way that I think about myself, and not saying like I'm stupid. I'm not saying ugly or fat or whatever. Like I'm changing the narrative and being like, no, I'm actually beautiful. I'm so special. I'm so unique. I have my own way of creative thinking, and my creative process is so awesome. And, I'm so lucky to have the life that I have. And I'm so lucky and grateful for the friends that I have, the family that I get to have and to see all the time because they're so close to me. It's exciting. It's really fun. So, yes, I really want you guys to read this book. I'll put it here again, and I'll leave a link to it in my description bar below. Or if you go to my Instagram page, I'll have it in my bio that you guys can go pick it up, because it's actually really good. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's one of my favorite books currently. Like, we're working on it together. Anyways, this was such a fun episode. Happy Halloween, guys. I hope you guys are getting your candy or going out and going to fun parties, and you're staying responsible and you're staying safe, because that is number one. We got to stay safe, honey. Anyways, I love you all, and I will see you next Tuesday. Bisous, bisous. Bye. Did you see how I did that little? Yeah.